Hello everyone and welcome to yet another Friendly Fire video. But this video will be different because we'll be playing with Vercingetorix and infantry. So yes, it is very important to talk about Friendly Fire, especially as Creative Assembly and Wargaming acknowledge that it is a very important issue. And while they are discussing whatever can be done to deal with Friendly Fire, I just want to present my argument on that case. And what's different about Vercingetorix is that you can only deal Friendly Fire with Scorch Earth or Javelin throw. Javelin throw. Though it would be very barbaric to throw Javelin at people. Technically it could be implemented if they ever introduce Skull Throwers into Barbarian roster. You could always pretend that those skulls are of Javelin. But yeah, it can be done. So we'll be talking about Friendly Fire, but we'll also do some tactics, analytics, because talking about Friendly Fire for 8 minutes, who could have done that? So as you can see, Nikolai here charges into a wall, but what he does, what he achieves, is that he holds this player in one place, and this is what we like, because there are two cavalry players approaching, and we wouldn't really fancy being flanked by them if this passage was secured by the enemy team. Though we didn't secure that passage for ourselves either, so it's going to be a huge blob fight. And this is what Vercingetorix likes the most. Here I come with my Scorch Earth and lay down it almost perfectly. But it's still as good as Friendly Fire, as good Friendly Fire can get. Because I'm dealing pretty much 0 damage to my allies when compared with thousands of damage to the enemy. So if I dealt no damage to my allies, then it wouldn't be good Friendly Fire, it would be just fire. So what's the point, right? So yeah, it is very important to just not freak out as soon as you see but hear the notification that you are victims of Friendly Fire, or whatever your general can say when you are a victim of Friendly Fire. Because not every Friendly Fire is bad, as you could see clearly in that example. It allows us to win this battle because this Germanicus player is using Vengeance, and if we didn't use Scorch Earth or any other things to stop him or to essentially kill him, we will be the ones who are dead. As you can see, Nikolai's unit was completely cut down, Akram lost almost all of his dogs, and well, I'm doing alright because I joined in later. And my Scorch Earth worked, so also that's why. But here we see another Germanicus player throwing his javelins. Another good example of good Friendly Fire. Like, this unit was dead, it was cut down. Okay, it's not dead, but it's almost useless, and it's like 10% HP, even less. So yeah, very good move by General Ma something. So here we pull back a little to allow me to Scorch Earth properly. I try to stop him, but this guy again does a good thing and escapes Scorch Earth as soon as possible. He still stuck with some of his men, but not as many as at the beginning. So I also I'm a little bit in my Scorch Earth, but the trade-off is that I can rout this unit and kill it very, very quickly, as you can see. And now this cavalry player comes in, contributes next nothing to the fight, if anything at all, but he manages to get himself 4k damage in Friendly Fire dealt to him. And Vercingetorix is again unique, very unique in this one thing, that unlike Hoplite Phalanx that can be turned off at any time, or archers or any other missiles or missile units, they can stop shooting. I cannot turn off Friendly Fire. I cannot turn off Scorch Earth, that is causing Friendly Fire. So who is to blame here? Is it me who didn't predict that the cavalry player who is in here in the middle somewhere, when I lay down this Scorch Earth, that he'll run up all this way just to walk into the enemy and Warcry? Is it his fault that he saw this Scorch Earth and walked into it and got himself damaged? Most likely that I'm the one paying for it. I'm not very salty about it, but I just want to point out that it's not always the fault of the one who ends up doing the friendly fire. So I think CA did a very good job at showing the friendly fire, or made a very good decision of showing the friendly fire only to the one who dealt it. Because imagine if there was some guy over here, he looked at the scoreboard and was like, oh, Mishra already has 134 friendly fire. What a fucking noob. Let's flame him because... Dude, you didn't see what happened, right? I'm not saying anyone... No, it didn't happen, which is very good. Well, it didn't happen because they don't know. But if they did know, then that could happen. I'm sure on the Russian server that would happen. Wink wink. So, it is very important to remember that Scorch Earth is a basic tactic that Vercingetorix has against Germanicus player that you can see me employing here. If not for Scorch Earth, I would probably lose that battle. Especially as, okay, he doesn't have Vengeance because he is 0-4. But I could still get right. I don't have Defiance. Shit, I have. Okay, my point still stands somehow. Anyway, what we are talking about here is friendly fire. And now it's even more gray area of friendly fire, so it's never black or white issue. As you can see, this guy recharged this Germanicus blob. So he dealt quite significant damage. He then used Warcry and reflanked them, so it helped us rout this guy. But at the same time, he manages to get himself like 18k of friendly fire damage, which puts me at almost 600 of friendly fire penalty. So you have always asked yourself if it's worth. I would say if you just charged in, dealt the charge damage, Warcry to help us rout them, and then escape my Scorch Earth, I would say it was worth it, and I wouldn't blame him for nothing. But he stayed there for so long, for the entire duration of the Scorch Earth, like what the hell? I don't... He doesn't know that Scorch Earth or friendly fire at all is a thing? Or is he just the kind of guy who, like, haha, fuck you, you're gonna pay for my damage? I don't know. And there's this guy who walks the entire battle in farm combat, and he is also about to enter my Scorch Earth. Luckily for me, he stops for Pillar Throw. So, again, dude, just wait for it to expire. Luckily it expires, but I doubt he knows that. I'm just lucky that it just expired. So, you'll be another guy who walked into my Scorch Earth for like entire duration of his walkthrough. So, yeah, I'm right at 600, -2. So we have to remember that in the world of Total War Arena, it always depends on many various factors of who's at fault and who isn't, and it's pretty much almost never one person who's at fault. It will very often be multiple persons' fault, not understanding each other, not cooperating very well between each other. They can be very many various reasons. So next time, please think twice before you flame someone for friendly fire, as it doesn't necessarily have to be his fault. We're gonna look at my scores now. Here's the final score, minus 598 and almost 11k in silver penalty. Without all these bonuses, I would have negative income for that battle, despite me carrying the entire flank. Not taking anything from Akram and Nikolai, they played very good as well. So, with that in mind, I will see you on the battlefield or in the next video. Bye!